I want to start today with a little exercise in self-compassion. I want you to think about all the times you've told yourself you don't just have any willpower. All the times you stood in the kitchen at 9 p.m. eating something that wasn't in the plan and concluded that you're simply a person without the willpower gene, that other people have it and you don't. And that's just how it is. I want you to let that story go right now because it's wrong. I can prove it. You have willpower, enormous amounts of it. You get it when the alarm goes off, even when every cell in your body is screaming at you not to do it. You sit through boring meetings that should have been emails without saying what you're actually thinking. You've not told your mother-in-law what you genuinely think of her cooking. If that's not willpower, I don't know what is. The issue is not that you lack it. The issue is that you're being asked to use it in exactly the wrong place at exactly the wrong time. Here's how willpower actually works and why the timing issue matters so much. Willpower is a finite cognitive resource. It depletes with use throughout the day. Every decision you make, from what to have for breakfast to whether to reply to that email immediately or leave it, costs a small amount of cognitive resource. By the end of a full demanding day, that resource is running significantly lower than it was at 7 a.m. The hardest nutritional decisions of the day, what to eat in the evening, whether to have the snack, what to do with the leftover pasta that's staring at you from the fridge, happen at exactly the moment when willpower is closest to empty. You've spent it all day being a functional adult, and now you're asking the dregs of it to resist a bowl of crisps at 9 p.m. That's not weakness. That's resource management gone wrong. And the solution isn't more willpower. It's making the decisions earlier in the day when the tank is full, prepping the food so the decision is already made, making the good choice, the easy choice by designing the environment so it doesn't require willpower at all. But here's the thing I actually want to talk about today, because the willpower conversation is useful context, but it's not the main event. Main event is this. Most people who struggle with fat loss are not eating too much because they lack willpower. They're eating too much because they genuinely don't know how much they're eating. And before you say, I do know, I track everything, I've got my fitness pal, stay with me for a second, because the research is quite clear that even people who track consistently underestimate their intake, and people who don't track underestimate it dramatically. Let me talk you through what a typical Tuesday looks like when you audit it honestly. Breakfast, porridge, healthy, sensible, good choice. You add a splash of honey because plain porridge is a form of self-punishment and you've done nothing wrong. The splash of honey becomes poor because the honey bottle has its own agenda. You add some peanut butter because protein. You don't measure the peanut butter because who measures peanut butter before 8 a.m.? That's about 150 calories more than you thought it was. Mid-morning, you walk past the kitchen and have a handful of nuts because they're healthy fats and they're just sitting there. You don't register this as eating because it happened standing up and took about 15 seconds. About 180 calories, gone, invisible. Lunch is a really good salad. You put dressing on it because dry salad is just sad leaves and you deserve better. You pour the dressing off from the bottle directly onto the salad because measuring dressing is not something anyone's ever done. About 200 calories of dressing on what was otherwise an excellent lunch. Afternoon, you have a coffee, oat milk, because you switched from dairy. A small oat milk latte is about 90 calories. It doesn't feel like eating, it's a drink. Drinks don't count, apparently. You cook dinner. You taste it 3 times while cooking because that's just what cooking involves. About 80 calories of tasting that was registered as nothing. Your kids leave some food on their plates. You finish it because waste is wrong and your parents raised you better than that. About 120 calories. After dinner, someone opens a bag of crisps. You have some because they were there and the bag is open and it'd be weird not to. About 150 calories. Total invisible calories on a day you describe as pretty good, somewhere between 600 and 900 calories. Calories you have absolutely no awareness of. Calories that turned your deficit into maintenance without you noticing. That's not a character failing. That's what happens when nobody's ever given you accurate information about what food actually contains. Here's the fix, and I want to be very clear. This isn't forever. Track your food for 2 to 3 weeks. Actually properly track it. Weigh things. Log them accurately. Include the peanut butter and the salad dressing, the handful of nuts, and the 3 tastefuls while cooking. Not as a permanent lifestyle, as an education to yourself. 2 to 3 weeks of accurate tracking gives most people a calibration that genuinely changes their nutritional awareness for good. You'll find the things that are causing the issue. They'll almost certainly not be the things you expected. And once you can see them clearly, managing them becomes a completely different challenge. You don't have a willpower problem, you have an awareness problem. And awareness is a significantly easier thing to fix. The Fat Loss Foundation's course is in the description, guys. It covers all of this and a lot more. Go grab it and subscribe for more of this every single day. I'll see you tomorrow.